Well, hello everyone, thanks once again for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about the ASICS Novablast 3. I don't think there's been a shoe hyped as much as this one coming out. A lot of folks have been referring to it as the shoe of the year, and I'm not sure even who's the one who votes on shoe of the year. Probably ASICS, but this is the second ASICS that I've ever reviewed. Several years back I did the Cumulus, but this is a daily trainer. Did have a lot of hype, so I was excited to give it a shot. So first, we hit the basics. This is a neutral support shoe. It's made for road and track running. It's considered to have max cushioning, 8mm drop, so the heel 8mm higher than the forefoot. I wear a size 12, and this weighed in at 9.77 ounces, which is 277 grams, which would have been the lightest shoe that I've ever worn, except for my last review where I did the Saucony Endorphin Speed 3, which is actually lighter than this one. So this is the second lightest shoe that I've ever worn. I found it true to size. I gave it a B for sustainability. They've incorporated a lot of recycled material up here in the front. They actually say that at least 75% of the shoe's main upper material is made with recycled content. The wording's actually a little funky when they talk about just percentages and whatnot, but the fact that once again they're addressing it, as most shoe companies are doing now, so they get a B for that one. And the cost, $140. You know, I always chuckle at the different companies and the wording that they try and use to differentiate themselves from their competition. Most of the time they try and talk about how it feels when your foot hits the ground and lifts off, or the comfort and whatnot. ASICS actually stated, and I quote, that they got their inspiration from a geometric origami feature. Seriously. Now, I know what they're doing is talking about, and it is kind of neat what they, how they've designed the sides. However, I think their inspiration, I prefer what Katie from my run group said, is they got it from Hot Wheels. For the changes from the version 2 to the version 3, ASICS said there's 4 of them. First, they decreased the weight by 1 ounce, 30 grams. That's a pretty substantial decrease. Second, they made it bouncier. They said they put additional foam throughout the whole forefoot as well as the heel, and put in a trampoline pod outsole. Not sure exactly what that means, but ASICS, every company has their proprietary material that they talk about. They put in, and this is for ASICS, this FF Foam Blast Plus. So they've put more of that in the heel. They've also, the third thing that they've done is this new tongue design. As most companies doing now, they've gone to this more laser cut, very thin tongue. But what I do like is how they've split the tongue up here on top. It definitely, this is a good feature. I'm kind of surprised nobody else has really come up with this to help keep that tongue in place and from sliding around. And the fourth thing that they've done is they've just increased the amount of recycled material, or probably started to just use recycled material for the version 3. So the fit for me was fantastic. I think ASICS and Mizuno for me seem to tend to have a bit of a not quite as wide a toe box, which is good for me with the narrow feet, but in particular when I wear them, often the toe box will pucker up a little bit. It does not do this at all. Jump into the heel. They've done a nice job where they start with the padding on the ankle collar, where it starts down low, not so much, and they slowly build it up to the max along here along the ankle collar. I much prefer that than when it just kind of bulges up on the top. So that, and they keep that same feature along through the heel, so I felt locked in super. And then again, combine that with the way this tongue is cut and designed to stay in place. I really like the fit. Now, as for the ride on this, I've actually got over 70 miles already, so it's first impressions plus 70 miles. It's taking me a little bit of time to get out here and put this video together. Listed as a max cushion shoe. I didn't think it was all that soft and squishy. It felt a bit more firm to me. It's more of a neutral cushioning, and usually I always find that's opposite. Somebody says neutral, I say, man, this is max. I say it's max, I say it's squishy. So I really like this one. As far as the responsiveness, You know, this is designed to be an everyday trainer that you of course can use if you want in different races. I've found it quite good at the different speeds, different training runs. Haven't necessarily found it great on any of them quite yet. We will keep trying, because I said, you know, as you know, I review these things at 300 just to see how well they hold up, so you have an idea how many miles for your money. Hopefully, once we get up to 300, maybe we'll see if I find, you know, the sweet spot with this one. So with that one being said, I'm going to just keep it short on this review, because I'm almost a third of the way to our 300 miles already. We'll talk about it a little bit more. So if you wanted to know when I reach that 300 threshold and put that video out, you need to subscribe to the channel. So go ahead and subscribe, hit that button. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I just put out, so just between this shoe and the Endorphin Speed, actually those are the only two I have in my rotation at the moment. So might be a little bit before I put out any other shoe reviews, but we've got 2 different fun runs coming. We're still going to do our Pittsburgh Marathon, and we've got a few other ideas on videos we're going to be putting out. So we'd really love it if you subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Put your thoughts and feelings down in the comment section down below. We always like to hear what other people's opinions. Get out there, sign up for a race so you too can race the nation.